After months of protests, Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam withdraws controversial extradition bill.
Here's a summary of the article.
Hong Kong's embattled leader Carrie Lam has finally fully withdrawn a controversial bill that allowed extradition to mainland China and sparked 3 months of dramatic protests in the financial hub. The decision to cave into one of protesters' 5 core demands marked a dramatic U-turn for Lam, who for months has refused to withdraw the bill. Instead, she announced the addition of a former Education Bureau chief and former judge to the IPCC. Lam said the government's priority now was to restore law and order to Hong Kong. Lam suspended the extradition bill in June after more than 1 million people marched against it, with protesters surrounding the city's legislature on the day of its planned second reading. In the recording, Lam can be heard saying the bill was not something instructed, coerced by the central government. For a chief executive to have caused this huge havoc to Hong Kong is unforgivable, Lam added. Lam may be hoping that the move will put a lid on the protests ahead of October 1, when China will celebrate National Day and mark 70 years of the People's Republic.
This post received a score of 27,107, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
A commission of inquiry into alleged police brutality 3. Retracting the classification of protesters as rioters 4. Amnesty for arrested protesters 5. Dual universal suffrage, meaning for both the Legislative Council and the Chief Executive. The above 4 demands are not appropriately responded by Lam.
Greater than currently. The bill is not officially withdrawn. Lam has just promised to initiate a motion to withdraw at the Legislative Council in the coming October. So it won't happen in time for October 1. Hard to tell what CCP is actually thinking. Maybe China wishes to temporarily calm down the protest so that nothing happen on the National Day. They just need to turn the withdrawal down after October 1.
There's no guarantee the motion will pass. She could just introduce it, and then it doesn't pass, and oh no, isn't that a shame? But look, she did what she said she'd do.
Sorry for a little correction in here. Carrie Lam was saying, motion to begin the withdrawal process of the extradition bill, which is simple: put the bill back on floor to debate. They could still say no to withdrawal or just pass it. So no, this is not even one of 5 demands. This is none of the 5 demands. Given Carrie Lam's history as HK Gov official, she lied a lot and did nothing she promised to help the situation. This is very likely to be the same. Lie to stop what have been happening. Let it cool down a bit, calm the crowd. Then finish what she intended to do.
If she doesn't, China is gonna kill her and her family for sure. I can't even begin to understand how megalomaniacal and insecure Xi Jinping and his followers are to care so little about human rights when trying to take over Hong Kong, or just maintaining order in China in general.
Obviously not. That's not China's style. They'll run smear campaigns against her character. They can't do that. If she's dead, she'd be a martyr.
Man, HK, China are amateurs at this. Here's how we do it in the US. 1. Agree to demands, satisfy the populace. 2. Reintroduce the same bill 6 months, a year later, with some cool name like Freedom Act. 3. Repeat until bill is law. Easy.
Bold for you to assume Beijing will not install another puppet leader and reintroduce the bill.
They don't need to. The bill hasn't been withdrawn. She just promised to bring a motion to do so in October. Regardless, she may be doing it to lower international attention, at least for the people who believe the media headlines.
Until it's fully and officially withdrawn, they can still change their mind and go through with it.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.